Oh, fuck they validation, man. You don't need no outside validation to make you feel valued. You gotta validate yourself. You have to validate yourself. Nothing outside of yourself should be able to control how you react to things, how you move. A lot of us out here compromising our principles and our morals for because we searching for validation. We searching for something that's within us, whatever that may be, whether it's value, happiness, progress. That's all within you. It's all within you, man. If you're not able to value yourself or validate yourself, why would anyone else validate you? Why would anyone else see value in you? Most of us are so focused on what we don't have, we don't even appreciate, or we're not even grateful for the things that we do have in our environment that can help us get to the next step. Or we just don't have the vision, we don't have the sight to see the value in things that we have in our environment. We're just used to compounding things that we don't have and things that we wish we had, and we're not even seeing the value in the things that we do have and the things that we can use to either educate us, make us better, help us grow. Because we're in a society where everything has to be everybody has to see you doing something. If no one's seeing me doing, I'm not doing it. If no one see me working or grinding, that means I'm not grinding. If you let it mean that, it doesn't. It's all about what you do when no one is watching. That's the true character of a person. Is what they do when no one is watching. Because when everyone's watching, they know how to be sheep's in wolves' clothing. They know that a lot of people know how to adapt or be perceived as something they're not because people are watching. Is what they do when no one is watching. That's how you figure out who they really are. People's real intentions when no one is watching or when they think no one is watching. Because there's always someone watching, whether it's the universe, man, there's always someone watching. And you might be able to get away with things like the I think Nipsey Hussle said this. You might be able to get away from the police, or you might not get caught being grimy or being crooked or whatever, but you cannot duck the universe. You cannot duck the laws of life. You feel me? You cannot evade the universal law. So whatever you put out there is gonna come back tenfold. Again, the police might not catch you, homie might not catch you, or whoever, but the universe was always gonna get you. It's always gonna get you. So there's no such thing as you got away with it. Again, it's what you do when no one is watching that is determines your true character. We can all look good when everybody's watching. We can all, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm on my grind, I'm working, I'm hustling, I'm da 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 da. But when no one's watching, when it's just you, who are you really? Are you still grinding, or are you complaining and just hoping, or you comparing yourself to other people and wondering why you don't have what they have, not knowing how they even got what they have, or you're not willing to do the things that they did to get what they have. I mean, I'm no different. I'm human. We all fall victim to these things, but it's about getting back into that silent place with just you and your thoughts, and checking yourself, doing some self-reflection. Just like we brush our teeth, just like we had the crow before we walk, but we had the crow. You didn't crow one day and then you was walking. Every day you kept doing it. So just like that repetition, we gotta tell ourselves, discipline ourselves, teach ourselves. Because with so much distractions out here, it's easy to lose yourself. You're absolutely right, brother. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody that tuned in, to subscribe, and is tapping in. I'm just speaking. I'm just a messenger. Um, yeah, you got to. Without the Creator, without your faith in God, this you lost. I don't care what you say. I don't care who your God is. You got to believe in something. In something. But yeah, we a lot of us, a lot of people aren't able to deal with their own thoughts. That's why they like the chaos. They can't deal with themselves because they're not happy with something, whether it's decisions they made or the life they're living or whatever. But you got to be able to deal with yourself. If you can't control your actions, your emotions, and deal with who you are, how you gonna battle the world? If you can't win the battle in your head, how you gonna win the battle outside? We all go through the mental battles, man, of what we should do, what we shouldn't be doing, what we know we shouldn't do, what we know we all go through it. I have a model that if you could win the morning, like if you could wake up and win the morning and tell yourself, no matter what, you got this, whatever this is, whether it's teaching, whatever your dreams are, whatever you do, whatever your skill is, your creativity, whatever that is, if you could win the morning, because it's easy to say, oh, I'm tired, or I don't feel like it, or not today, or putting things off. It's easy to do that, and that's the easy way out. It's easy to stay in the bed and be comfortable, but there's no growth in. Excuse me. There's no growth in comfort. There's no growth in comfort. We have to make ourselves uncomfortable. Well, that's learning something new, putting ourselves in situations we wouldn't put ourselves in, just to see how we will react, because it builds character. Sometimes you don't even know. Sometimes you might be holding yourself back by being comfortable in a situation you shouldn't be comfortable in. A lot of us know what we should not be doing, the situations we shouldn't be in, the people we shouldn't be around. But it's comfort, fear, and repetition that keep us in places we know we're not valued in. Fear. I mean, listen, fear is a real thing, man. Fear is real. We all have some type of fear of the unknown, fear of leaving what we know, fear of uncomfortability, fear of, or will they look at me a certain way, fear of being judged, fear of looking stupid, or fear of being talked about, or whatever. But you rather have the fear of discipline or the fear of regret. Now, when I say that, I'm talking about we could use that fear to fuel us and face everything and rise, or we can use our fear to stagnate us and keep us stuck and unhappy. Because usually that's what happens. We conform to situations we know we shouldn't conform to. We conform to situations or relationships we know that aren't right for us, aren't productive to who we are, because we're trying to impress whoever, the female or a group of friends that really aren't friends. Because any person that says they love you or they care about you should want you to grow. should want you to be better for yourself. Whatever that may take. It may take some separation. Usually elevation takes separation. My mother used to always tell me, people, places, and things. You gotta stay away from people, places, and things that aren't productive or conducive to your growth, to your self growth. It's not about being selfish as far as being mean and like I don't care about anyone, but I gotta care about me more than I care about you. I have to care, and you should respect that as my friend, as my family member, as my lover, as my wife, as whoever. Because if I can't grow and be the best me, how am I gonna pass it down to you or help you be a better you or help the world be a better place if I can't even be a better me? It's not easy checking yourself sometimes. Because some of us are around a bunch of yes men, yes women that just say yes to anything, no matter if it's wrong, right, no matter if it's negative, it's just yes because it's the cool thing to do, or because the person doesn't want to seem like, oh, I'm not going to be the one to tell him. But that's not even authentic. You don't know how many people out here are craving for structure, for discipline, but they're not going to come out and say, hey, please give me discipline. They just act out in certain ways. And you have to recognize it. You have to everyone in some form or fashion want some type of attention. It's human nature. It's human nature to want to be valued and validated and celebrated. At the same time, it starts with you. You have to validate yourself, value yourself, celebrate yourself first. Pour into you. A lot of us, including me, I was a victim of it. I'm pouring into everybody else in every other situation, and then I ain't got nothing to pour into myself. So my energy is gone. My levels are low. My frequency is off because I done poured into people that didn't deserve to be poured into. Didn't deserve my energy, didn't deserve just even being around me. And that's not to sound like I'm better than anyone, but it's about knowing your worth. See, when you start to know your worth, people start to think, he think he better than everybody. No, I just know where I'm worth. I know where I'm valued and where I'm not. I know what I'm worth. And once you start to see that, you start to see people different. You start to see things different. You start to remove yourself from certain situations. You remove yourself from certain relationships because you know that they're not on my frequency. They're not trying to grow. And it's okay. Like, if you don't want to grow, listen, whatever you want for you, that's okay. But don't be mad at me when I want more for myself. When I see more for my life. I want to earn my place in this world, man. I want to leave a legacy behind. So it's going to take some separation. It's going to take me finding out who I really am. A lot of us, and I'm not talking about when people say who you are, not your name. We all have a name. A name is just like a title. I'm a director. Yeah, but what are you really? Who are you? Not your name. Who are you? What do you represent? What are your morals about? A lot of us are compromising principles and morals for a paycheck or for a relationship or because we don't want to be judged. But then we go home and we can't even look in the mirror. We can't even be happy with ourselves deep in our soul because we know we're compromising our values. We're conforming to something that's not even meant for us to conform to. Listen, stay in your lane, man. You don't stop causing traffic jams in a lane that's not for you. Stay in your lane. It's room in your lane. And you should be happy your lane is empty because there's more room for you to grow and build it out how you want your lane to be. Everybody, like, we weren't meant to be the same. That's why every snowflake is different. That's why every fingerprint is specialized for you. There's no one in the world with your fingerprint. That's for a reason. That it's a reason for that. We're not meant to be the same. We're meant to do different things. We're meant to be different. But at the same time, coexist, because that's how we learn from each other. If we're all being the same and all in the same lane, who's growing? Who's learning? Nobody, because we're following everything. We're following we're all jam-packed in one lane when there's about 50 million lanes that's open, but because that lane seems popular or that lane seems like, oh, it's cool, we all trying to find a place in that lane when there's a 50 million lanes open for you, and you can create your own thing and have people come to your lane. But we so scared of being ourselves because we don't want to be judged. But really, the only one that can really judge you is the creator. Because the most people that judge you, they're not happy with themselves. That's why they're judging you, because they're scared to walk into their destiny. You know the beautiful thing about life, about being a human being, about being having a brain and having a mind. The beautiful thing about being able to think for yourself and being able to and understand that the most important muscle you have is your brain, is that at any given time in life, no matter what, you can say, you know what, I want to do something else. You could have been a doctor for 50 years and wake up one day and say, you know what, I don't want to be a doctor anymore. I'm going to study biology. I'm going to study teaching. I want to be whatever it is. You can, at any given moment, you can stop doing what you've been doing and do something else and have a whole nother life. So this, and I sad to say, there's no such thing as it's too late. If God woke you up, you got work to do. If he woke you up and you got work to do. Yeah, we might some everybody is not physically able sometimes. Everybody is not in the best health, but if God woke you up, you got a chance to figure it out. There's always a silver lining, because it's called balance. There's no such thing as all negative without the positive. The problem is we look for the positive to be some huge spark, and sometimes it's small. So we have to have the vision to see it and understand, okay, that's the silver lining. Let's focus on that. At any given moment, you got to be able to recreate yourself. And it's okay. It's all right to focus on you. It's okay to do things that make you happy. It's not about satisfying everybody else. We can't make everybody else happy. That's not your job. Your job is not to make, it's just not to satisfy everyone else. Your job is to make sure you're happy. Make yourself do what makes you happy and what you love to do, whether it brings you money or not. Because trust me, you chase money. Chasing money is not happiness. Doing what you love to do is true happiness, and that can bring you monetary value later on. But your focus shouldn't be monetary value. It should be creating something that you love to do, creating a lane, or doing something, improving something. But you have to love to do it. Don't just do something because it brings you a check, because that doesn't bring you happiness. And then every job you just can't do for the money. You just can't be a doctor for the money. There's lives at risk. You shouldn't be a police officer just for the money. Certain things you have to have a passion for. You have to want to make a difference. So you gotta be the one to validate yourself, man. Don't worry about. Everyone's gonna have an opinion, no matter what you do. No matter what you do. I mean, look. They stoned Jesus, baby. So I mean, you think you different? They don't. Come on. They didn't even believe the Creator. They didn't even believe. No matter how many signs the great Lord gives people, they still don't believe. So you think you different? You just flesh and blood. That's it. That's it. Listen, we all here for a limited time. That's just the fact. We are all here for a limited time. I know it may seem like we here for a long time. 70, 75, 80 years. Yeah, some live longer, but the average is about 75, 80. Most of us are halfway there. So what you waiting for? What you waiting for? I like the quote that Jazzy Jeff said. He said, "Die empty." At first, I didn't know what he meant. Then I sat and thought, I said, "Oh, get all your talent out there. Get it out. Get it out to the world. You never know who needs it. It may not be perfect, but get it out. Start it. Start writing the book. Start shooting the movie. Start drawing start painting. Whatever it is, just start. You don't have to be perfect to start, but you got to start to be perfect. Which is you don't have just start. That's the whole thing. Nothing is perfect, but you gotta start. You gotta start. Because one thing for sure, if you don't start, you ain't never gonna get there. That's for sure. But if you start brick by brick, layer by layer, line by line, shot by shot, clip by clip, eventually it will come to life. You write a sentence every day. Eventually, you're gonna have a story. Eventually you're gonna have a story. You shoot a clip every day. Eventually, you're gonna have enough footage to put something together for a short movie, a doc. But you gotta be able to validate yourself and see value within you. No one should be able to validate you outside of yourself or tell you how valuable you aren't. That's you. You got to create the value. No one owes you anything. No one owes you anything. You owe yourself to be better. Shit don't always go your way, even when you do everything right. Even when you do everything right, shit just don't go your way. But that shouldn't dictate how you move and how you continue to push forward. Because one thing is for sure, the universe has to pay you back one day. It's just the law of the universe. You keep pushing, you guaranteed to get some residual. It's just universal law. But one thing you can't do, you can't trick the universe. The universe know what you're really doing and what's really in your heart. So you can trick man and woman all you want. You cannot trick the laws of the universe. So you just gotta you just have to focus on you. And don't apologize for that. Don't apologize for taking care of yourself. Because if you don't, nobody will. People will use you, misuse you, wash you out, wring you out to dry, leave you like a prune, like a raisin, dried up. So you have nothing left to give and you can't even help yourself. If you continue to give, you're going to have nothing left to give yourself. You cannot continue to give. You cannot continue to let people drain you of all your energy. All your everything. You don't understand. You can't just be around. Listen, everyone is not worthy of your energy. You just can't be. When you exchanging hands and all that, everyone is not deserving of your energy. You're exchanging energies. Understand that. We are electrical beings. That's when you get shocked. We are electrical beings. Everything is energy based. That feeling you felt when you felt that vibe around that dude, pay attention. That's for a reason. I don't listen to what people say. I go off energy and how they move, because it eventually comes out. Anybody could pretend to be certain people or say what they are, but just watch their energy. Just watch how they move. How people move around them tells you everything. You don't have to speak. Just observe and listen. You observe and listen. and you can find out a lot about people and their intentions. Excuse me. You can find a lot about their true intentions just watching and listening. You don't have to talk. Trust me. Silence is more powerful than speaking. Silence gets people nervous because they don't know where you're coming from. They don't know how you coming. Silence makes you unpredictable. There's strength in silence. Strength in solitude. Just because a person is alone doesn't mean they're lonely. It's a difference from being alone and lonely. You got to be okay with being alone with yourself, because sometimes you need that introspection to understand who you are, your next steps, understand your next move, strategize, plot, plan. You gotta kill all the noise, kill all the distractions, and just you with you and your thoughts, so you could, get things in order. X out the negativity, X out all the bad energy. You can't do that being distracted. Why do you think they give us everything? Is we're fed so much with so much everything, news and videos and pictures, to keep us distracted? Because once we're distracted, we're not in tune with ourselves. We're not in tune with the earth. We're not in tune with the energy of the universe, because we can't be, because we're distracted. Those that understand energy and understand universal law know that we have to keep those distracted. We have to keep the strong ones distracted, because once they become in tune with themselves, they understand their power, they are dangerous. Once you understand your worth and you know how powerful you really are, you block out all distractions that aren't productive to who you are and what you're trying to be and who you're trying to be. They don't want thinkers in this world. They want followers. They don't want you. The powers that be do not want you to be able to think for yourself. They do not want you to think for yourself. Thinking for yourself, you're dangerous to them, because you don't believe everything they say. You're able to teach those to think for themselves. The powers that be don't like that. The powers that be, you think they got schools? You think they built schools for thinkers? No, they don't want thinkers. They want employees and workers. It's why in school you're not taught to think for yourself. You're taught to follow a program, a schedule, a certain curriculum. And that curriculum does not teach you to think for yourself. Teach you how to go to work, do this for this amount of time. Does not teach you how to think outside the box. Does not teach you how to be self-sufficient in life outside of the schooling. If our people are going so hard to hide information from those that seek it because it helps their self-awareness, their self-growth, that has to be a red flag. Everyone should be allowed the access to empower themselves, or the information to empower themselves and their people. Yeah, see, I'm going into something else, because it just flows. Sometimes the messages just come. I don't control them. It just comes to my head, and I just speak on them. Listen, it ain't easy once you figure out who you are and you understand that this thing called life is serious. A lot going on. A lot of these distractions aren't for nothing. Once you understand, once you kind of got your third eye open and you kind of understand certain things aren't coincidence. It's everything is a plan. It's a plan behind these actions, man. You know why it's called the World Wide Web, right? What happens when you land on the web? You get stuck, right? Everyone is stuck on the web to a point where You know, a lot of us don't even see life outside of social media, outside of the internet. There there was never pre-internet. There was never something called fear of missing out because there was nothing to miss out on. You didn't even know you were missing out on something. But now we're in an era where people, like I heard this yesterday, they rather hit the beautiful lie than the ugly truth, because the beautiful lie is much more entertaining. And again, once you know the truth, you have to now live a different way. You have to move accordingly, because now you know different. So when you know different, you have to do different. Now that becomes a responsibility. And so many of us out here do not want the responsibility of growing up. And I say that to say, just because you got older in age doesn't mean you're growing up. You're just getting older. This has to grow. If you've been thinking the same way, if you're 40 years old, you've been thinking the same way you think now, you've been thinking at 20, you just got older. You didn't grow. You just got 20 years older. Because you should be thinking different at 40 than you did at 20, because you should have experienced things. You should have understood things, paid attention to things, but you still trying to be 20 years old, but 40, and you wondering why there's a disconnect. You wonder why your life ain't going the way it should be, because you still thinking like a 20-year-old, but you 40. And you can't think the same. You have to move different because it's your responsibility. See, oh man, that made me go into something else, because it's responsibility and fault. Sometimes we want that to go together. For instance, it's not my fault or your fault if you were born to a single parent or a drug addicted mother or father or whatever. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. But it's your responsibility to try to make a life out of that. It's not your fault. We can't pick our parents. We don't pick our parents. So it's not our fault that we grew up in a single broken home or drug addicted parents or parents that ran the streets or whatever the situation. But you cannot use that as an excuse, because it's your responsibility to make a life out of that if you choose. But it's not fair to go around and complain that, oh, but this and that, oh, my mother didn't care. My mother, okay, that may be the case, but you think you're the only one that didn't have a mother or father that didn't care, or had a broken home, or had drug addicted parents, or parents that ran the streets, or parents that were there but that really weren't there, but they were around? You think you're the only one? Yeah, I know it's easy. It's their fault. Is they responsible for how I mean, yeah, no. Because how long are you going to use that as an excuse to the reason why you're not being productive in life? How long are you going to use that as a crutch? Oh, well, the white man, they got me oppressed, and oh, my mother wasn't shit, and my father's a deadbeat, and my girlfriend left me, and they cheated on me, and I understand that. That's not your fault now. But it's your responsibility to make some out of that pain. Like we caught up in society. No one wants to take accountability for what they should be doing. It's always someone else's fault. It's this person's fault. I lost the job, even though I've been late every day. But so what? It's this person's fault why I'm not where I should be. Because what? Because what? Because what? Because what? Please shut the fuck up. Look in the fucking mirror, man up, woman up, and stop bitching. Yeah, shit, life is fucking hard for everybody. You think you're the only one going through shit? Nigga, the only one that got fucked up parents, only one that had parents that didn't give a fuck, or parents that had to work 3 and 4 jobs and they couldn't really be there like they worked because they had to provide. No, life is like, listen, life is full of trials and tribulations. Life beat your ass down. Better get the fuck up. Get up. Get up. Stop staying on the floor complaining, blaming everybody else. Because after a while, it's like, okay, you 50, you 45. That was your fault. Your fault you win, because that's your responsibility to make something out of that. Use that as fuel. Use that as fire. Use that as something to drive you. Because it's easy to be like, you know what? I'm where I am because my mother didn't do this, or my father wasn't around, or you know what? Fuck it. Shit. No one else in my family went to school, so why should I? Why should you not? It's not easy. Sometimes you gotta be selfish. Sometimes you gotta be selfish. Sometimes you're gonna. Sometimes you gotta be selfish, man. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you validate yourself. Make sure you value what you do. Value yourself. Make sure you believe in you. Don't let no one tell you what you can't do, or what's impossible because they can't do it. Don't let no one put their fears or their shortcomings on you. You got to make sure you good. You got to be good. Make sure you good. Take care of yourself and have faith. Listen, you only get what you put in. If you don't put nothing in, you ain't gonna get nothing out. So that's just life. You know, stop blaming everybody. Put your big boy, big girl, big woman shorts on, big man pants on, and get to it. Get to it. Get to it. Whatever it is, get to it. Whatever it is, day by day, you got to believe. You got to believe. You don't have to follow. You don't got to conform to nothing. It's enough opportunity for everybody. You can improve something. You can create something. It's all in you. We all got that creativity in us. We just have to find it. We have to find, and you know how you find it? Silence with yourself. Solitude. Go into that dark room and just talk to yourself. Let your thoughts just go. Write things down. Don't matter how no matter how crazy they might seem or impossible, write it down. Because there once cell phones was thought to be impossible. Once flying an airplane was thought to be impossible. Driving a car was thought to be impossible until it was possible. Everything is impossible until it's done. If you can think it, you can bring it to life. Write your own history, or someone will write it for you. Stay righteous outside. Yeah, I mean, that was a message for the day. Know your worth. Know your worth. Know your worth. There's a reason why water is $5 at the airport, but $1 at the corner store. Know your worth, man. Know your worth. You might have to change your location, change your surroundings to where, and go where you're valued. Go where you know you're valued. But it all starts with you. You have to first value yourself. You got to value yourself. You got to validate you. No one owes you anything. You owe you. Your only competition is yourself. You're only competing with being a better you every day. Everything else doesn't matter. You don't gotta work. You don't gotta worry about being better than them, him, her. Just be a better you every day. Just do something every day that gets you closer to your ultimate goal, whatever that may be. Treat people how you want to be treated. Don't worry about who love you or nothing. Just worry about how you being treated. Because everybody don't gotta like you or love you, but they damn sure should respect you and treat you a certain way. Everybody worried about being liked and being loved. And fuck that. Just respect me. You don't gotta like me, you don't gotta love me, but you gotta treat me with a certain respect. Because I demand that. I'm not here to be liked and loved. I got family for that. That's not my job. I'm not out here searching for love and likes and all that. Nah, I'm out here to mark my name in the cement of the world, baby. That's my goal. I'm here but when I leave, I want them to know. The world can remember who the fuck I was and what the fuck I did. And you ain't gotta like me. I'm not here to be liked. You ain't gotta love me. That's not my job. I wasn't born to be liked and loved. I was born to create. I was born to make history. I was born to set a legacy. I was born to leave something here before I go. Find your purpose, or you just wasted there. You know how you find your purpose? Solitude. Build with yourself. Get to know who you are. Don't let nobody tell you who you are. You figure out who you are. Because it's easy for someone to, because if you don't know who you are, then somebody's going to tell you who you are. And that ain't life. That ain't life. So it's your boy, it's only right. It's the MindOfWrite. You know what I'm saying? It's things that go on in my head. But I love y'all. Stay righteous. Remember, impossible is only 10 letters. And everything is impossible until it's done. So write your own history, or someone will write it for you. Stay righteous.